No, it doesn't look in here either.
All they had to go by was a very old postcode. Gullet sort of in the background, so they're all, you know, just trying to find it just by you know, walking around and placing the photo.
Yes.
And two guys who spent a lot of time trying to find it eventually gave up. And as it turns out, they were about 100 metres off it.
Oh,
so
no.
They gave up. So it wasn't until Simon Cuban's cohorts really put a lot of
like this for miles, and so that was the end of the lava flow right at that point. And this guy dug these big trenches quite deep. Oh, look at that one, how funky.
Yeah.
Just going to take this. Sorry, I won't be a second.
That's all right.
Exactly. Wow. That massive pile of rocks. Wow.
What can you tell us about the hut?
Well, my grandfather was Joe Parsons,
right.
And my father, Jack, he was the son of Joe. So it was the Parsons brothers that built this log cabin hut here.
Yes.
And they used to do guides. They used to bring people in from Launceston and take them on tours. And they used to stay in this hut. And it got burnt down in the early 1900 when they had a big fire go through it.
So when about do you reckon was built? In the 1800s?
The late. Did you get the book that John Pitthouse wrote?
Yes.
He's got a lot of information when it was built by confirmation, you know, like some of the records years ago. I walked in it again and I walked over there and it was here and I thought, gee, it's near them big rocks, and I couldn't find it, I'd only been in here once before.
Oh, really? And you see over there, that massive, big, huge pile of rocks. So you can just imagine if those trees weren't there.
See, there was no trees there, and they used to get up on the rocks and use that for a lookout.
Yep.
And you see what they did, they felled the trees from about here, and then they built it all of logs. Did you see the picture of it on the wall at the hut there?
Yes.
Well, that's where it was. That was the fireplace.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it there. Wow. And just imagine that view. So what did they mainly do up here? Was it mainly hunting? Or
Well, they used to come up in the winter time, you see, and wages was very poor out the front, and they used to work on the roads and things.
Yep.
And they'd come up here and snare the kangaroos in the winter time because their furs were thicker and they're worth more money.
Right.
So they'd come up for a couple of weeks and bring some packs and that back, and they used to snare the kangaroo and possums. And they used to go fishing sometimes down there too. My father used to come in here with Joe, and Joe, that was one of the brothers that built it. And Dad was only young, and he was only about 13 or 14. And they used to go back to Nameless and explore. They used to go back that way, and they had a hut back there. That was between Nameless and, somewhere through there. Yeah. And he said of a night, they used to have dogs with them too to bring the kangaroos out. And of a night, the hyenas would get real quiet, they'd stay in the shadow and they'd come up near. It wouldn't be far away, but the dogs would know they were there, and the dogs would dive in the hut and get under the table or the bed or anything, and the hair would stand up. Sure, there was the fireplace, and the logs come back this way, so I'd say they wouldn't have the door there out of the wind. And yeah, so they put these rocks about here.
Yeah.
They've sort of moved them by hand.
Yes.
And these here, they must have left them, but yeah, I don't know what the measurement of it was.
It's fairly big.
But,
So they must have had, would have been a stone floor?
yeah, it'd only be dirt floor. But you see, what they've done here, they've put these about here. And when the fire went through it, there was two old, great big traps in there. One was already set, and the fire had burnt them, and they was no good.
Yeah,
Well, you see, Joe,
history.
Joe, you know Joe.
Yes, yes,
Well,
yeah.
Joe and me and John, we first met.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because Joe's father
That'd be
and
something off
my father,
their boot, wouldn't
eh?
That'd be off their boot.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
look, that's pretty heavy. Feel that.
Yeah. Would have been.
Oh,
Yeah,
stones.
so,
Wow.
and so that's the sort of connection, yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, it's
And
what a
did
lovely
you
keepsake.
see a photo in John's book?
Okay.
You haven't seen the book.
I haven't seen the book yet.
No,
No.
there's a photo.
Really? I've got it.
See? Yes, I can.
Ben, no.
Fancy that. Fancy that. Fancy that. That's historic.
So that's come out of the fire.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, you see, they had this big bushfire that came through here in February
okay, yep.
2 years ago. Otherwise, they knew roughly where it was, but they didn't know the exact site.
Yep.
And they'd been looking a little bit further up. But
It's
when
one of
the
those
fire
old
came through
masts.
it,
Is that a
yeah.
handmade doll?
Unfortunately.
It is too. That looks like a handmade. I saw some of these down at Strawn.
Yeah, it's a pity the boys had to be near, but they couldn't play.
Fancy.
Well, I come through with John Pitthouse and they found it months ago, but the first time I was here about a month ago or whatever.
Wow.
yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
You did well.
Yes.
Very well.
You did well.
Yes.
You find
Actually
that big
walked straight
square
through.
rock. Oh, that's good.
Happy, Anne?
Yeah, definitely. So if you told me to head back, I'd probably get lost. Imagine the view here though, straight down.
I'm here with Kath Parsons, and you can tell me about Parsons Hut, because the day that I went up to Lake Mackenzie, later in that day, Paul took me around and we went down to the old hut. Tell me about your trip there.
Well, I went about 2 years ago now, when my two nieces were going up there. One of them was one of the first ones to get down into it, and she knew them how to get there. So we went up and got down this bank and walked across the marshy land.
Yes.
I had a stick with me to help me go as I went, and then even Maureen had to hunt around a little bit. Then she said, here it is, and there it was, just the base and a little bit of a chimney. And it was just to get on there, it was very moving for me to think that was where my ancestors had been, the ones I had heard about so much.
Right. Oh, that's good. When we were there, we came upon Graham Parsons and his son David.
Oh,
They were
yes.
there. We were following this other couple, 3 people, and when we got there, they were poking around, and I had the camera on the elderly chap, Graham, and I said, "What can you tell me?" And away he went, and he started telling me. So that was good to be there.
It was just wonderful to think that it had been found after all
Yes.
those years.
And
It was only after the fires went through
Yes.
that they were able to
So-
find the site of it.
So that was built by the Parsons brothers.
Yes.
Was it? I'm rather hazy about the history.
Well, they must have built it, I believe, and they used to go up there in the winter for weeks at a time, I think, catching, snaring rabbits, possums, hanging up their skins,
Yep.
and then carrying them all down again.
That's good. Okay.
And not far away, down amongst the rocks, the ones who were there first had found the bones where the dogs used to be. where they had thrown the bones for the dogs to eat.
Well,
It's all rather special.
yes.
Brought it all back so much
Yes.
to me.
Oh, that's good. Interesting. That particular day I met Joe Parsons. Was there another Joe some generations back? Were there or not?
Yes, I think one of Dad's uncles was Joseph.
Right. So, had you seen that hut before it fell down? You hadn't seen it
That
before?
was just after 1900 when the fires
Ah.
went through. It was burnt there.
Right.
And
So,
they couldn't find it until the fires went through again and cleared all the land around.
right.
They had an idea where it was.
Yes.
It was further along the creek than I thought, but they sort of knew where it was,
Right.
and they found the place.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good.